Mitiasi, Eya Wadumquara, Eradie, Niawaya Mamisu, Minamie, Miri Wasidaka Papo, Nametujum, Nama, Bowen Samna, Mitiasio, Mitiasi, Eya Wadumquara.
Wow, it's been 12 months of God's grace, favor, and mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a Merry Christmas. We thank God for yet another Sunday on the Sunday Group Show. It's been 12 months of God's grace, favor, and mercy. We thank God for how far He has brought us. And I know you're looking forward to a very good Christmas. Well, on today's show, I have an amazing gentleman who's going to thrill us to some good songs. So you just don't go anywhere. My name is Kwesi Keys, and you're watching the Sunday Group Show. I'll be back.
So what's with the citra and you may come for Sunny Gold Brown Sugar Mouth. Sunny Gold Brown Sugar, yes, she shall not run knife. Fair. When you walk to a moon one, attrition free. And a level no so dear. Yet the rabbi, you know, come as any bear, and more to send us into Munkum. Ofania was a shen moon one. Rabbi no a good money a day, and as a so done what to be two. Ufa Sunua, I was one moon and a level no so dear. Yet the rabbi, you know, come on, ye sugar sticks in a so dear. What to me the show, bed? Yeah, I am my hotels and a restaurant for you now. Uben your Sunny Gold Brown Sugar, I was supermarket boo. Freya one matter for you so 0244636322. Your website in the studio, www.oxyindustries.com.
Food and Drugs Authority at the Sunny Gold Brown Sugar adverti atum.
Some sugar.
Adeste fideles, leti triumphantes, venite, venite in Bethlehem. Natum videte regem angelorum, venite adoremus, venite adoremus, venite adoremus Dominim, venite adoremus, venite adoremus, venite adoremus
Wow. Was that not beautiful? I know you'll be wondering, who is my guest on the show today? Do you want to know who it is? Well, welcome, sir.
Thanks. How are you doing,
I'm
sir?
good, sir.
Oh, good.
Senior Addaquaye is my guest for today. I call him senior because you know I'm a keyboardist too. But when I look at the way he plays, it's just overwhelming. You're welcome to the Sunday group. So
thanks a lot,
wow,
and
wow,
thanks for hosting me.
Sure.
I am very proud of it, and I'm not taking it for granted at all.
Wow.
Yes, for Sparkle TV to host me, it's an honor, it's a privilege.
Wow,
Yes.
we love that. Now, tell us a bit about yourself. Who is Addaquaye?
Yeah, I am. Let me go straight to the point, because as soon as you mention the name, everyone links it to music and classical music, to be precise. So I'll say I'm a musician, a classical musician. Though I'm known more for my keyboard playing and my singing, but I am also a composer and an arranger and a conductor and a choral director as well. So let's say Addaquaye is music and music is Addaquaye.
Music is Addaquaye. I love that. No, tell us a bit about your family.
Yeah, actually, I'm married anyway. Of course, my mom and my dad are still alive. They are not dead, yes.
Are they musicians too?
My mom is a chorister. She has been in the choir for 54 years.
What did you just say? 54
Exactly,
years.
yeah.
Wow.
So you can imagine, yeah, she sings.
Wow.
She sings tenor.
Wow.
Yeah, she used to be a soprano, but later moved to the tenor part. So, of course, my dad is not a musician, but he is a lover of music, especially jazz music.
Wow.
Yeah, he loves jazz music.
He also plays?
No. Okay. But he likes listening to jazz music and all forms of music, but especially jazz, And I'm married, and my wife was a singer, was a chorister, but because of work and one or two things, she had to quit the choir for a while.
Wow.
But she has musical ability. She can sing. She sings well. And then, of course, I have 2 kids, and they are now growing. So,
boy and a girl, or
girl and a girl.
Wow. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so which school did you attend? From primary to
my primary school, I first attended KNUST Primary and JHS.
Oh, okay.
Then in Kumasi, exactly, because Kumasi was where I was born. That's where I was raised. And then I moved to Infantipim School.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so
why not Prempe?
Oh,
why not
but Infantipim gave birth to Prempe, so we are one family, Just that we are seniors, that's all. Recently, we just celebrated 143 years.
Yeah.
And you can imagine. So after Infantipim School, I moved to the University of Cape Coast, where I offered my first degree in Bachelor's in Music.
Oh, okay.
And where I offered a Master's in Music Theory and Composition, and currently a PhD in the same field, Theory and Composition.
Wow.
Yeah, so
from
I'm
the
a
same
PhD.
university?
Yeah, from the same university, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I heard a lot about you when you were doing your first degree.
Okay.
I have friends,
Okay. Wow.
There's this guy in school, Addaquaye, who plays well keyboards, he organizes programs, and sometimes I thought they were exaggerating, but today when I came to see for myself, I'm like, wow, it was true. I think you used to hold concerts when you were in school.
Exactly. A lot of it, and oratorios and cantatas and all that, yes, I used to actually, yes. That was where I staged my first oratorio concert, Laudate, which later became Laudater Christus.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So you're basically into classical music?
Oh, yes, but because I'm a Ghanaian, I'm a classical music. My strength actually is in classical music, let's say classical Baroque music, But then, because I'm a Ghanaian, I also do Ghanaian art compositions, So in Ghanaian art music, our father is Dr. Efremamu.
Okay. Yeah.
Then followed by Professor Nketia, down to the contemporary, composers. And then I also do a little bit of gospel and all that. But then my strength is in, let's say, classical art music.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow. I know you have your own rendition of Ghana's national
anthem.
And I would love you to do something for my viewers, because I've seen a couple of videos, you doing it, and I really love it. If you don't mind, can you do it?
Okay, let me do it for you. it.
That is Patrick Addaquaye right here on the Sunday Group Show. Wow. Wow. I've just lost the words. I just don't know what to say. All right, so it's Patrick Addaquaye right here on the Sunday Group Show. Let's go for this quick break. We'll be back.
If you must eat sugar, then I recommend Sunny Gold Brown Sugar. Sunny Gold Brown Sugar comes in 4 nice and attractive packages. Choose the bottle pack and you get a free spoon as well as a plastic shrink wrap label to keep insects away. Choose the sachet pack and you get a tough plastic package and a Ziploc. Choose the cubes in a bottle and you get a plastic shrink wrap. The sugar sticks are convenient to carry any day, anytime. Best for hotels and restaurants too. Sunny Gold Brown Sugar is available in supermarkets. Telephone 0244 636 322. Website www.oxyindustries.com.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
All right, so in case you just tuned into Sparkle TV, you're watching the Sunday Group Show, and I'm here with my one and only brother, Patrick Addaquaye. Let me use this opportunity to remind you that this program is sponsored by Sunny Gold Brown Sugar. Senior Addaquaye.
Hi.
You are back. Now tell me, so who taught you how to play the keyboard?
Oh, you'll be glad to know that my first keyboard teacher was the music teacher of Prempeh College.
Wow.
So I learned.
Who was that person?
Uncle Ibo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think you met
But
him.
I've heard of him.
Exactly, yeah. So he's my first teacher. Actually, my house was very close to Prempeh College.
Okay.
So I used to come there
Okay.
about 2 or 3 times in a week.
Okay.
Yeah, so I learned music in Prempeh College.
Wow. Wow.
Exactly. Then afterwards, I was handled by a couple of teachers, and then I learned it academically in the secondary school. But my first academic teacher was Mr. Light Kumsin of Infantsipim School.
Okay.
He's the first teacher that taught me academic music.
Okay.
Then I also made sure I moved to the university. Encouraged me a lot and recommended me a lot to some of the lecturers in the university. So even before I moved to the university, my name was there already because my music teacher was so passionate about me and he loved me so much, and I appreciated it so much because when I was growing, I realized that most of the adults had problems with us at that time, with kids trying to do wonderful things, and I mustn't lie to you that I was doing wonders on the keyboard as at that time, and as young as I was,
How old were you by then?
Around, let's say, as I started at the age of, let's say, 7 to 8.
Wow.
So around 9 years to 10 years, in Kumasi or even in Ghana, those that were into this kind of music, most of them knew about me,
Okay.
So most of the times I met adults or senior musicians whom were thinking I was posing threats to them and all that.
Yeah.
So when I met my music teacher and then he encouraged me and embraced what I did, I was shocked for the first time, and I also loved it. And that is where I had my confidence. That's where I gained confidence to perform well. Yes.
Wow.
He gave me all the chances to perform.
But I don't think you've been fair to Prempeh. Why would you come and learn from our teacher and go back?
I ended in Infantsipim School, so that's how, actually from I don't know why, but from childhood, I was so passionate about Infantsipim School, because I heard that actually that was where my dad wanted to be, but because of few reasons he couldn't go to Infantsipim School. So when I heard that, and that was where my grandfather was. Okay. So my grandfather was he finished in 1932 or 1933, one of them. Okay. So it was in my mind to just go and fill that gap. Okay. So of course, that's how come I ended in Infantsipim School. Maybe I would have been in Prempeh. Don't worry, maybe when I come back to the world again, reincarnation, I'll go to Prempeh.
Sure. So growing up, did you have any challenges? A lot of our parents don't see the reason why their children should learn musical instruments. Growing up, did you have some of these challenges?
Oh, yes, I must be frank with you that, yes, it is true. Not as in parental, not from my parents per se, but from the general public, the society. Because when I was growing up, music was for, most musicians were Kubolo boys, most of them were band boys who were Kubolo boys that they didn't really have anything to do. So it's like, when you don't have anything to do or you don't have much to do, you enter into music. And especially some of the church musicians too, most of them couldn't end well. In terms of, in Ghana, when we say you don't end well, it means financially you are not stable. That is how we see success, which I disagree anyway. But most of the musicians, so-called, didn't end well. So of course, at that time, music was not a fashion like today, where all parents want their kids to learn piano, their kids to sing. And in my time, music was not a fashion of that sort. Just that, by the grace of God, because I was good at what I do. So, parents and teachers and students admired me because I was good at what I was doing, but they didn't respect the personality, as in me. They just enjoyed it, but then they didn't respect it. And of course, if you are a parent and you hear such comments about musicians, and your son tells you, I want to be a musician. I mean, to be frank, no parent at that particular moment will be happy. So of course, there was a little bit of chaos because I was very disobedient. Sorry, especially when it comes to music. Imagine you have a son, and then you close from work around 6 o'clock, and you come home around, let's say, 7 to 8. And where is your son? Your son is nowhere to be found. Why? Because he's teaching a song somewhere, and then at times, as young as, let's say, 13, 14, I was teaching choirs, and at times I come home very late, around 9 to 10. No parent will be happy with that. I mean, and then my mom will warn me. The next day, I go. So most of the troubles in my house was because of music, because I was very disobedient. Whenever you tell me, hey, my friend, stop the playing and learn, you still see me playing. Don't go and teach songs there. And one funny thing is that I was making sure, okay, then whatever I do, I make sure I do it before my mom comes home. Then someone will go and meet her, someone will be like, hey, your son, my goodness, your son is good. I met him at Mampong, and the way he was playing, so she'll come back, who call Mampong no country? Especially when I hear they are traveling outside, then that is where I get the chance to do all that. So, of course, it wasn't. But then, my mom, because she was a chorister, and because of that music background she had, she didn't have the problem that much. But she also wanted me to concentrate on my studies. So I become, a big person. So she is the one that actually told me that if I really want to take music serious, then she wants me to be an academic musician, go to school, become a doctor in music, a professor in music. Then that one, she'll know I'm serious. But with that kind of kubolo, and one thing that my mom didn't want to hear was kilincha, what the band boys called shabu. We call it kilincha. And then, it got to a point, people were even calling me kilincha because you see me everywhere. My mom was like, so yeah, me afro kilincha. So there was that chaos, actually, yes. Everything about me was music, as if the whole world is about music, and everything was music. Even when I'm eating, it's music. Everything was music, and then no matter what, people around you, parents and all that, will be a little bit uncomfortable and warn you that, hey, life is not all about music. There is more to it, So I wouldn't say there wasn't challenges. There were not challenges. There were, and of course, in school there were challenges. With teachers and all that. Yes, so I faced it, but by the grace of God, I was able to go through. I don't know how God did it, but I was able to pass through it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Just recently, I was on social media and I saw a rendition that you did. I mean, one of the songs for Daughters of Glorious Jesus. You remember that song?
Yeah, I remember.
Can you do that one for me?
Okay. Let me do that for you.
fama euradi. Aye be na mi fama euradi. Wado yenti webu fanka menim mi boni bebrede ninyi na dawuso awi waka vi mami no eje asida be na mi fama uo. Wado yenti webu fanka menim mi boni bebrede ninyi na dawuso awi waka vi mami no eje asida be na mi fama uo. Asida be na mi fama euradi. Aye be na mi fama euradi. Ma euradi. Ma
Wow! Today, I think I'm going to clap the whole day. I mean, everything I ask you to do, you are just on point.
You know what happened? You know, when they launched, Daughters of Glorious Jesus launched a book, you know, marking their 30th anniversary. It's part of their year's, you know, program. They did it at Trade Fair.
Yeah.
And then they called me that we wish you arrange one of our songs in your style of classical, you know, and come and play for us. We will be very glad. So as I was going through their works, this was the song that God put on my heart. Wow. And fortunately for me, this is the song that almost all the artists there came to sing to honor them. And fortunately for us too, this is the song that they chose as their theme song for all their adverts for the 30th anniversary. So I know that God really chose this song for them.
Wow. I know one of these days, Sunday Groove is also going to ask you to do something for us.
I know. I've done it for a couple of gospel artists, Tego Sisters. I've done it for most artists,
One of my favorite tracks, Addaquaye Ehummo Bro.
Yeah, Grace and Mercy.
If you don't do that song for me on the show, then I'm going to end the show right now. So please.
By New Lavana.
Yes. So please just do that song for me.
Why
It's
not?
Christmas and we have to enjoy ourselves.
Why not? Let me do that for you.
Addaquaye Ehummo Bro Nedimia bedruhane Nyaminye wadumanka sit nebe denkra Obramu yedin pa Nanswadum nudimi kaida Nyami wadum yina shema besine. You never gave a promise that this journey will be easy. Your grace and mercy has brought me thus far. Your grace and mercy is all I need. Your grace and mercy has brought me this far. Dromo song, kemo bonale. Your grace and mercy has brought me thus far. Addaquaye Ehummo Bro Nedimia bedruhane. Your grace and
mercy, your grace and mercy, your grace and mercy has brought me thus far.
Today I will clap, sir. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is a song by Reverend New Laban.
Wow. Wow. So do you teach music?
Yeah, I do. I've taught music at many places before. I've taught music in the secondary school. I've taught music in the university. You know, I've taught privately and all that. I do a lot of private teaching, you know. So I teach music. I teach music theory. I also teach composition. Okay. I teach piano, all the keyboards. I teach piano. I teach organ, and I teach synthesizer. Like what I'm using now, and I teach voice and all that. So I teach music. Yes, wow. I do. Yeah.
Which schools do you teach?
Okay, I've taught in Prempeh before.
Wow.
Yeah. In your school. Yeah. I taught in Prempeh, and I've taught in Opokuware.
Okay.
School before, you know, and of course I've taught in University of Cape Coast before, but then I'm also trying to build a music school, and it will come very, very soon. Okay. That will be my music school, Addaquaye's music school. Yeah, and you can be enrolling your kids, and even you yourself.
Myself, I'll be coming.
Yeah. I do teaching. I love teaching. Yes.
Wow.
I do, yeah.
Wow. All right, viewers. It's Christmas, and we are having fun with Patrick Addaquaye, a classical composer, and he's a musician as well. Mr. Patrick is out with a new video, right?
Yeah.
For Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's go watch this video. We'll be back. All right, so you're welcome back from that break. Let me use this opportunity to remind you that this program is sponsored by Sunny Gold Brown Sugar. I'm still here with Patrick Addaquaye. Addaquaye,
Hi.
this video we just played is fresh, right?
Very, very fresh.
And it's the first time I play, I think on a Sunday group show. You just released it this
Yeah. So
what
you are
inspired
the
you
first
to come out with this particular video?
You know, actually, you know, I'm a choral director. Apart from being a soloist, I'm a choral director as well. And then I've worked with many, many choirs. But for a particular reason, I decided to work with this group because, you know, I met them in a particular church. Then what happened was that one of the patrons invited us to his place, and then we sang, and they were so happy with it. So afterwards, the patron mentioned that why don't we come up with a video, you know, a beautiful video, and with a certain concept that, you know, hasn't really happened, you know, because we are all used to choir standing on stage to perform.
Yeah,
but
sure.
why can we move it out of the stage and come to then I mentioned to him that then one of the first places we can also do this is his house, because he has a very big hall. So we can sit as friends and record it. Then we drew the concept, the list of songs and all that, and what we will be doing at some point and all that. So we rehearsed and we did it, and lo and behold, it came out very beautiful.
Wow,
And
it's beautiful.
everyone that listens to it feels that is good, and the quality is also high. And as we always say it in Ghana, we praise God for everything. You know, it's all by the grace of God. And then someone asked me that why is it that Ghanaians, every time you ask a Ghanaian, how are you able to do it? You ask an American, how are you able to do this? Oh, it's because of this. Were you successful? It's through my estate houses. Only when you ask a Ghanaian, how are you able to do it? He will tell you it's by the grace of God. Is it that we want to hide our skill, or is it that we want to hide it from people? It's not like that. But I also believe that, you know, in an environment like this, it's not easy to get perfection done. So it's all by the grace of God that you can make it. If you're able to make money, it's by the grace of God. If you're able to bring out a very nice video, very good music, it's all by the grace of God. You know. So I think that God is the first I can always mention. And it's the God of Jesus. Anyway.
Wow. All right, so in case you just tuned in, I'm here with Patrick Addaquaye, and you're watching the Sunday Groove Show. Let me take this opportunity to also remind you that this program is sponsored by Sunny Gold Brown Sugar. It's Christmas, and I need to send out some shout-outs to certain people. So Senior Addaquaye will permit me to do that while the show goes on. Let me use this opportunity to say a very Merry Christmas to my one and only wife, Mildred Kwatanamwa, and my daughter, Zori Nanaya Sewa, to Reverend John Cato and Princess Cato of the Charismatic Evangelistic Ministry. I say a Merry Christmas. And of course, to my CEO, Mr. Amprechum, a Merry Christmas to you. And to all staff of Sparkle TV, my team members, Gabi, DJ, a Merry Christmas to you all. To my driver, my one and only driver, Mr. Kwesen, you do all. All right, so Addaquaye, now what inspires you to, compose all these songs you've been composing?
That's a brilliant question. You know, for inspiration in terms of composition, I get it from many angles, not one angle. You know, depending on what I want to do. For instance, if I want to do something in connection with gospel high life, you know, I may have a lot of musicians that I listen to that may have influence and impact, you know, on me, apart from the ones that I hear straight from above. The ones that I sit down to craft, there are a lot of musicians that I have in mind. For instance, when I was composing my oratorio, I had J.F. Handel in mind. I had Joseph Haydn in mind, and I had a little bit of Mendelssohn in mind. You know, when I decided to compose an African cantata, I had Dr. Ifrimamu in mind. I had Professor Nketia. If I say I had in mind, it means that I really studied their music as, you know, as part of, let's say, literature review to construct what I want to do. So it all depends on what I want to do and where I get the inspiration from. At times I can listen to a certain composition and receive an inspiration, and that composition may also, you know, influence me to write music in a certain style. Yeah, so my inspiration comes from a whole lot of personalities that I can't pinpoint. It may even come from a village composer. It may come from a xylophonist. It may come from a drummer. I mean, depending on what I want to do. Yes.
Wow. I'm so inspired listening to your biography, and there's one question I would love to ask. Why is it that I've seen many musicians, okay, and some of them end at the point where they go for their first degree and that's it. But looking at you per se, you went further to do your PhD. What's the motive behind all these? I know you can even establish yourself with a first degree, but why do you want to go for a PhD?
You know, of course, knowledge is power. And so the more you learn, the more you gain knowledge. And let me tell you, I haven't regretted at all, because after my first degree, I thought I had finished learning music till I went into my MPhil to deepen my knowledge in composition. And as I was learning composition, we learned many composers, both popular composers and classical composers and 20th century composers. And upon analyzing their works and all that, I realized that this is the reason why this person did it this way. This is the reason why that was the period, and this is the reason why. So that is how come I realized that I need to change my style of rendition, of performances. Because at first I was doing it all right, but I was doing it as if I am doing, for instance, when I'm playing classical music, I was playing classical music as if I'm playing it for Europeans, you know. But after learning, especially in the MPhil and especially the PhD, I realized that you can still perform classical music in the context of performing for Ghanaians to enjoy. But it will still not be out of the context. Anywhere in the world, it can be enjoyed. But there is a way to approach it, you know. So for instance, if we have a song like, "The heavens are telling the glory of God." Let me give you an example. The European may not be too rhythmic. You see, they may not be too rhythmic in their sense. So they don't care doing it. "The heavens are telling the glory of God." It's rhythmic, but it doesn't sound like, "The heavens are telling the glory of God." That will get to a Ghanaian more than that. It's still under the influence of classical music, and everywhere in the world it can still be accepted. There are many ways of. So of course, after learning it, it's really improved my knowledge, and I love music in such a way that, you know, after being a doctor in music, I don't think I'll end there. I want to be a professor in music.
Wow.
I want to be a full professor in music, and I mean, I want to do everything. So I'll keep on learning, because learning doesn't end. Yes.
Would you encourage anyone to, stop schooling and just focus on the playing of music?
No, I won't. But you see, if I am to face the fact, I mean, for us an academician, if I want to be biased, I will say that you have to learn the music, you know, because it may deepen your knowledge in the area in which you are. You may be a hip life artist, but then you realize that, you know, let's take it this way, in hymns, in writing of hymns, they rhyme as well, you know. So you realize that they are poetic. They have specific number of syllables at every line and all that. And there is a reason why this and this is done. So you may be a rapper, but after going to the music school and learning the poems behind the songs and how they rhyme and how they go about things, it may deepen your knowledge the more to structure what you are doing. You may be a sound engineering, and probably what can happen is that in the studio, you pick the drums, you play. you add the bass guitar, you add the flute, but then when you go to the music school, you learn orchestration. Okay. And when you learn orchestration, as in playing for an orchestra, or playing within an orchestra, or orchestrating music, a particular music for an orchestra, you realize that there are arrangements in such a way that some instruments don't need to clash. At some points, where you have to leave a certain instrument to display before another instrument comes in, and how orchestration is arranged. So when it happens like that, it will help you to program your work very well in such a way that when you are programming for any of the artists, you know the kind of instruments to choose, and when an interlude can come in, when this instrument can come out, and all that. They are all very important. So, but the argument, most people raise is that, even people haven't gone to school, but they have made it in life. Then if it comes that way, then no one should go to school because people haven't gone to school. That is not the reason why I won't send my child to school. I know my child can be uneducated and still make it and become rich. But education also gives you a certain quality and it shapes your mind. So for education, I think it's important. But in your area of, let's say, if you are in a certain band, you are in a certain area and you need a certain skill before you join the band, and you don't need certificates. That the two of us know that in the field of, especially when it comes to performance, you do not need certificates. I mean, you interviewed me because of what you have seen, or because of what you have heard, and you are coming to listen to good music. You are not interviewing me because of my certificate. Yeah, sure. So my certificate only will not pass me for for job market and all that. But it also doesn't mean that when you are talented, you can't reach far with education. When you are talented, you add the education bit to it, and then you'll be a wonderful person. And I haven't regretted at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know whether your question has been answered.
Yeah, I get you. All right, so you're still watching the Sunday Groove Show. Before we continue, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
It's Christmas, and I know you have a lot of, Christmas carols. I think it's time for you to give us some few tunes on the keyboard.
Why not?
Christmas carols.
Why not? Silent night, holy night, always bright, always calm. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you are sleeping, he wakes you awake. He knows when you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming. He sees you when you are sleeping, my brother. Santa Claus is coming. He knows when you are awake, my sister. Santa Claus is coming. He knows when you've been bad or good. Santa Claus is coming. You better watch out, you better not cry. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Take, abo fonzi, waruto jumo, roto jumde, wawa jim kwa, take, waruto aye jum de enim nyam kanyami wo so Sunday nyenye so hawoni pemu. Afi ako abro mama fisha po. Afia to me to what to ya yes and pepe. Oh, Papa Noyo, morning go. Papa Noyo, morning go. Oh, afia to me to what to ya. Pepe, afia to me to what to ya yes and pepe.
Oh, we're having fun right here on the Sunday Group Show. It's Christmas. God has been so good to us from January to December. We need to give him all the praise and all the adoration. Senior Addaquaye.
Hi.
I'm just loving every bit on the show today.
It's by the grace of God.
Sure. So, I know it's Christmas. You'd love to send out some Christmas shout-outs to friends and loved ones.
Yes.
So just go ahead.
Oh, why not? My first shout-out goes to my roommate, my roommate, Mrs. Cynthia Christine Addaquaye, or Christine Cynthia. They are all the same. I love her so much, and then I say, God bless you. And then my second shout-out goes to my mom.
Okay.
Mrs. Patricia Addaquaye, my dad, Mr. Alfred Addaquaye, and all my three sisters in the U.S. My shout-out goes to all my friends, Patrick, all my friends, and all my loved ones, all my fans. I say, Ayiko.
Wow.
Yeah, and of course, my friends, Addaquaye and friends, both Mamiesi, Pakwesi, all of you, I love you so much, and I say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. All right, there's Christmas, and people are celebrating their birthdays. I have some birthday dedications to do. This one is from my own DJ, a cameraman, to Agnes Saki. And the second person is Mr. Quaison, my driver. You're celebrating your birthday on the 25th of December. I want to say a very, very, very happy birthday to you. Addaquaye is here. I think Addaquaye, you need to do some birthday.
Why not? Why
song
not?
for them.
Why not?
All right, so this is a special one on the Sunday Group Show to you, Agnes Saki and Mr. Quaison.
Why not? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. May God bless you now. 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 Hip, 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 hooray. Hip, 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 hooray. Hip, 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 hooray. Hip, 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 hooray. Hallelujah, amen. Hallelujah, amen. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, amen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Hallelujah, hallelujah, amen. Hallelujah, amen. Hallelujah, 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 amen. Hallelujah, hallelujah, amen, amen. Hallelujah, amen. Hip, 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 hooray.
Now, more and Namnia confirm near don't you forget him, right?
Sankwan.
I think we need to even play the Sankwan video for them.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah.
I think at the end of the show, you're going to play the Sankwan video.
Yeah, and I can do it live as well.
Sure. So, Senior Addaquaye, your last word for my viewers, your last words for my viewers. I know they enjoyed every bit of today's program.
Yes. I will tell all my fans and my lovers out there to keep on praying for me, because with the kind of work I'm doing, without God, I can't survive. Without Jesus, I can't survive. So I need your prayers. I need your support. And I know that with that, God is going to do wonderful things. Thanks.
Wow. It's been nice having you on the Sunday Good Show. God bless you so
Nice
much
having you
for
too.
passing through. All right, so my name is Kwesi Keys and you're still watching the Sunday Group Show. I'll be back.
Sɛ wɔsɛ wodi asikyira ɛne ɛmɛkamfo Sunny Gold Brown Sugar ma wo. Sunny Gold Brown Sugar yɛhyehyɛ no ahoroɔ nan fɛfɛɛfɛ fa nea wɔtoa mu no a atere mu free ɛna label no nso deɛ yɛde rubber yɛ no kama sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɛmoamoa bi te sɛ ntateɛ ntumi nkɔ mu wofa nea ɛwɔ sahye no mu no a rubber no egu mu no yɛ den ɛna zippo so da no a wotumi tu mu wofa cubes no a ɛwɔ toa mu ɛna label no nso deɛ yɛde rubber yɛ no kama yɛn sugar sticks no nso deɛ wotumi de hyɛ wo ho kɔ baabi ɛyɛ ma hotels ɛne restaurant foɔ nyinaa wobɛnya Sunny Gold Brown Sugar ɛwɔ supermarket bi frɛ yɛ wahomatorofo yi so 0244 636322 yɛ website no so deɛ ɛyɛ www.oxyindustries.com.
Food and Drugs Authority agye Sunny Gold Brown Sugar advert yi atum.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With the angelic host proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic host proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumphs of the sky. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Ba-da-da-dam.
All right, it's been 1 hour of God's grace, God's favor, God's mercy. It's been nice having Senior Addaquaye on today's show, and I know you enjoyed every bit of it. I want to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to my sponsor, Sunny Gold Brown Sugar, for sponsoring today's program. Today we are at the residence of Patrick Addaquaye, and this is where we had today's shoot. I also want to say a very big thank you to my team members, Gabby, DJ, Mr. Quays, and God bless you so much. From January to December, you guys have been awesome. You guys have been awesome. Next year, God willing, we promise you something great on the Sunday Group Show. Before I leave, let me also use this opportunity to remind you that if you're a musician and you want your songs to be promoted on Sparkle TV, Sparkle TV is giving you the opportunity to do so in this Christmas season. You're just paying just 20 Ghana cedis. Yes, you heard me right. Just 20 Ghana cedis a day. You get your songs promoted on Sparkle TV. My name is Kwesi Keys, and I'm going to see you same time next week for another exciting episode. But for now, bye. Senior Addaquaye.
Kwesi Keys.